Let me give you the strengths of each model and then the dark underside that's very possible. The theology or doctrine-driven church is a church, I'm talking Protestant here now, expository preaching, great teaching, meaty teaching, getting into the Bible, getting through the Bible every year or so. Discipline, we're going to hold you accountable to living the way you should live. Discipleship, one-on-one discipleship, we're going to really make sure that you're living the way you should. Lots of theological training, it's sort of like a little seminary. Very clear lines of authority structure. The dark underside of a church like this, it's very easy to develop these things. Legalism, authoritarian abuses of power. Okay, I'm making up a word. This is the first time it's ever been used, so some of you make a note of this, okay? Theological secondarianism. Secondarianism means if you're a charismatic, you can't talk about the gospel without telling people you need to speak in tongues. If you're a Presbyterian, you can't talk about the gospel without talking about the sovereignty of God and maybe a little bit of hint of predestination. I mean, in other words, you take your secondary issues, the things that are your distinctives, and you load them into primary, which means everybody else who doesn't have your secondary distinctions are just a little dodgy, a little weird. Okay, so legalism, authoritarianism, secondarianism, suspicious of innovation. They don't like change. Leading to another thing is, of course, if they're pretty bad at evangelism. You know why? Because when they try to share the gospel, they got to throw the kitchen sink in. They got to tell you absolutely everything, and as a result, a lot of people, their eyes just glaze over. So that's the dark underside. Doesn't have to be. I'll get back.